Good morning. I have another Christmas journal to share with you today. This one is smaller than the other one that I showed yesterday. It is 4 3/4 by 7, and it only has 2 signatures. I didn't count the pages, but that will be in the listing in my shop. I used this vintage book that I thought was just gorgeous. That marbled effect with red and green in it, and I thought it was perfect for a Christmas journal. And it has these nice red corners. Just beautiful. And it was pretty vintage. I don't remember the year on it. I didn't double check that before I made the book. It's tied with this pretty seam binding. And I put some rickrack here and this little top note piece and a book plate with the word joy, and then this metal piece that says 25 for the 25th of December. Also rickrack on the back, and this uniquely handmade limited edition. And then this is an interesting piece of trim someone sent me. I don't know what it's made of. It's kind of like felt, but it's a little thicker, I think, and I don't know, it just had a different texture, but I like the cutouts. Kind of reminded me of snowflakes. So I put that over the spine. And this beautiful marbling look is continued on the inside. So the first signature starts with this little glassine bag and this tag that can be journaled on the back. I made some banners up here with a little Tim Holtz piece. A vintage gift tag, excuse me, that I got at a flea market, and a little piece of Christmas ribbon as a tab. Some washi tape, that gorgeous coffee dye, and there's a journaling card there. Some fabric as a flip, ledger paper, and another vintage gift tag and vintage sticker. Some stamping here. This is a vintage party invitation. And I stapled this little Tim Holtz piece up here. This is from the United States Post Office. It's a Christmas letter stationery piece. I did some stenciling on the back. There's some ribbon stitched to the top here, and a piece of transparency with snowflakes on it stitched on there as a pocket with a couple of journaling tags. This is from a vintage Christmas songbook. Darling little angels, and on this side it says sing for Christmas. And I put this, there we go, sing for Christmas, and this vintage Joy to the World music piece here. Some little top note pieces stitched to the ends of the strings, and this is a game scoring sheet that you can journal on. Christmas doily with the vintage gift tag and sticker. Some stamping. There's a piece of vellum that says, "May peace be your gift at Christmas and your blessing all the year through." And there's this little card that can be journaled on the back. This is from this 1946 Children's Activities December issue. This was from the back. They have all these advertisements for Strathmore Magic Toys, and I cut the Santa and the order form and glued the Santa, glued him on as a tuck spot and put the order form in for journaling. I glued it to coffee dyed paper. This is from a Christmas book. Some crocheted trim that I stitched on the edge here. There's a little pocket. This is made with a scrap of K & Company paper, and this is made with a coffee dyed index card for journaling. Second signature has a pocket here with a little bit of eyelet fabric stitched on, and it's just folded over and stitched here to make it a little sturdier. And a journaling card and another index card that I stamped a cardinal on. This little banner is made from the, I forgot what it's called, but it's the paper that faces the cover. It's quite sturdy. It's a nice sturdy piece of paper, even though it's quite old. And it made a nice pennant there. Some washi tape that says Merry Christmas, some more fabric. And this is a page from a children's book about the night before Christmas. Some ledger paper to journal on, a stamp, another vintage invitation, another Tim Holtz piece stapled on, another transparency pocket, and some ribbon trim stitched to the top. This is a little envelope that has some baker's twine tied around it. There's a little card in there for journaling and a little card tucked behind it. Vintage songbook, and there's a vintage hardware receipt that you can journal on. Here's from the Saturday Evening Post Christmas special issue that I bought a couple years ago. And this is an ad that was painted by Norman Rockwell, and it says, "Oh boy, it's Pop with a new Plymouth." There's a little girl trying to get a glimpse of Santa Claus. And here's the other side of the music, God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. There's a story about Silent Night. Another Christmas doily. Teddy bear in a stocking. This scrap of K & Company paper was stitched on as a pocket, and here's another piece of the end paper for the book. I didn't do anything to it except trim it and punch the corners because it's very aged looking all by itself and sturdy enough to be used on its own. So that's a journaling spot. And then this was cut out of a book, and it's just like a copy of a vintage Christmas postcard or something, but I stitched it to coffee dyed paper. I like the kind of decal type edges of this vintage children's book. Another scrap of K & Company paper stitched on as a pocket and some fringy trim up there. Here's another index card with some stamping on it for journaling. And a Tim Holtz card for journaling. And then on the back, I just put my signature, and then this little tuck spot holds this little card. There's some ribbon glued there, and there it is. This will be listed in my Etsy shop, and I will leave a link below. I will be making more Christmas journals. Not sure if I'll get to them next, or I have a few orders that I need to excuse me, that I need to be working on, but they said that they're not in a hurry, so I might do a couple more Christmas journals first. We'll see. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.